Now, the statists, of course, are saying, look, we've got to come up with reform plans. And a lot of the people that are asking the questions, their mindset is still in this concept of reform. How do we reform Social Security? How do we reform healthcare? And they ask us libertarians, what's your plan for Iraq? What's your plan for Afghanistan? They just don't get it. We don't have plans for Iraq and Afghanistan. We're not interested in saving their beloved socialist programs. We stand for moral principles, including the fact that it's wrong to take what doesn't belong to you, even when it's done through the political process. We stand for free markets. We stand for individual sovereignty. We stand for what it once meant to be an American, what it once meant to be free. We're not interested in saving Social Security. We're interested in repealing it, and repealing it immediately. You couldn't find a better example of a greater anti-family program than Social Security. And it's the same thing with health care. We're not interested in saving Medicare and Medicaid. We're interested in repealing them. That's the cause of the problem. We're interested in abolishing the departments of energy and agriculture and education and all the rest of the welfare state agencies and departments. Because you see, as libertarians, we believe in ourselves. And we believe in freedom. And we know that freedom works. And we believe in other people as well. We don't have any doubts that children will honor their mother and father on a voluntary basis. That the market will provide the vehicles for health care, for education, and all these other areas where socialism has taken over. But at the same time, we value the concept of free will, the God-given gift of free will and freedom of choice. We recognize it's wrong to coerce compassion, to coerce someone into doing the right thing, to coerce someone into doing anything that involves the initiation of force against another human being. You see, in all this darkness, my friends, that has enveloped our land, there are flickers of light. Throughout the country, there are flickers of light. And those flickers are you, the libertarians. It is those flickers of light that are extinguishing the darkness. Even if you're the only libertarian in your community, you are lighting the darkness because there's other people coming to you and are attracted to you. There are certain segments of the statist movement, they're incorrigible. Don't even think about converting them. You're not going to convert them. Smash their arguments, cast them into the trash heap of history where they belong. But there's people out there that are questioning, that are seeking the truth. And that is where your light starts to shine. And as these flickers start multiplying, the darkness is extinguished. And how do we do that? We do that with our weapons. Truth and principles and integrity. We never do what the conservatives did. They threw in the towel. They retained the mantras. Free enterprise, property, limited government. But they threw in the towel and they embraced big government and big socialism and big imperialism. We must never let that happen. I've seen libertarians in this movement for decades saying, oh, we've got to compromise our principles. We've got to hide where we stand. We got to be taken respectfully by the media. We got to get votes. We got to conceal where we stand on issues and compromise and abandon them. Nothing worse could befall this cause. Nothing worse. Because who can have respect? Who can have respect for a movement that engages in that type of conduct? We happen to belong to, we ought to be thankful we're alive today. Because we are participating in one of the grandest, most glorious, most honorable movements in the history of man. Our movement, the libertarian movement, the freedom movement, whatever label you want to put on it, ranks right up there with the movements for habeas corpus, Magna Carta, the Petition of Right, the Declaration of Independence, due process of law, the Constitution. We've got nothing to apologize, to conceal, or whatever. It's the status that should be ashamed of their philosophy and ashamed of what they've done to not only the people of this country, people of the world. If we maintain our principles, if we maintain our integrity, if we continue speaking the truth, I can't guarantee we're going to be successful. Life doesn't guarantee anything. But I can guarantee you that it's the only way to achieve success. It's the only chance there is. If we do that, we can confront these dangers courageously. We can overcome the statism that has enveloped our country, the darkness. We can make it through the storms. And we keep in mind that the darker and stormier it gets, as any mountain climber will tell you, may be an indication that we're closer to that mountaintop than we think. We continue doing that, we will seize the opportunity to lead not only the American people, but especially the people of the world to the highest level of freedom that mankind has ever seen. Thank you very much.